Good morning, students. I hope your Monday morning is going well. I hope each of you had a great Labor Day weekend. I know some of us have the day off today, so hopefully you're able to enjoy the day off if you have it off from work with your family, doing some activities and things that you enjoy to do. But I did want to let you know that your week 2 assignments went live this morning at 8 o'clock, so those are now available for you. This week's assignments are going to be the same as your week 1 assignments. You're just going to have your unit quiz, your discussion, your reflection, and your accomplishment paper. So this week's assignments will be the same as last week's. So just make sure that you are looking over the due dates for those assignments. Of course, your initial discussion post will be due Friday evening, and then the remainder of your assignments will all be due next Sunday night by 11:59. So just make sure that you're looking at those due dates and getting those assignments submitted on time. Now, in regards to your week 2 assignments, as I mentioned, those are now available for you. And let me just go over a couple things here with you as you're getting into your assignments for this week. So you got 2 different articles you're actually going to be reading from the ESV. So one on the canon of the New Testament, and then another on reading the Gospels and the book of Acts. So that's going to be your 2 assigned articles that you'll be reading this week. Now, as you noticed in the week 1 assignments or reading material, usually I will put additional supplemental reading there for you. That is not required, but it's just additional articles or resources that are there for you to be able to help and assist you with your assignments. So there are a couple of supplemental resources, handouts that are available for you as well for this week. And again, those are not required reading, but again, just information to be able to assist you and with the overall content of what we're going to be studying for that week. Also, there are 2 video lectures that are available for you. One on, that's kind of the second part of the lecture from week 1 on the inspiration and the New Testament canon, and then a second one on the what is the message of the 4 Gospels in the book of Acts. So those 2 lectures there are available for you as well for your viewing. Now, in regards to your scripture reading, this is going to be the kind of the first week we actually getting into reading different books of the Bible. So the first week, your content was basically around just different specific articles in the ESV. This week, we're actually going to be getting into reading certain books of the Gospels. So you're going to be reading out of the Gospel of Matthew, and then also from the Gospel of Luke, and then also from the Gospel of Mark. So you're going to be reading selected sections out of each one of those Gospels. Now, in regards to your assignments, you're going to see that your discussion this week is going to be focused around the temptation of Jesus out of the Gospel of Matthew and also out of the Gospel of Luke. And then your reflection is going to be focused on the birth narrative of Christ, looking at that once again from the Gospel of Matthew and the Gospel of Luke. And then your accomplishment paper is going to be looking at the authority of Jesus from the Gospel of Mark. So please make sure that you are, reading thoroughly the instructions that are given you in each one of your assignments. I did want to emphasize, and hopefully you were able to follow those instructions during the week 1 assignments, that with your assignments, you're being graded on kind of 2 different areas. So number 1 is, of course, answering the questions that you're being asked to address in each one of those assignments, whether it's your discussion, reflection, or your accomplishment paper, making sure that you're thoroughly answering those questions. But then the second part of that is making sure that you're fulfilling the requirements in the scoring rubric. So as you're being graded on different aspects that are designed in that scoring rubric. So hopefully you've been able to go into the rubric. I know I posted at least 3 videos on the announcement page in the first week of the course that kind of goes over each one of those rubrics. And so hopefully you have went back and viewed those. If not, I strongly encourage you to do that. That way you're not losing any points on a specific area because you did not include one of the requirements in the scoring rubric. So just want to really overemphasize that when you are reading through your assignment instructions, make sure that you are also reading the information in bold at the bottom. That's giving you additional instructions, again, so that you are able to fulfill all of those requirements that you need to in order to be able to get the best grade that you can. And again, if you have questions at all about the scoring rubric and those requirements, please do reach out to me with those questions, and I will get back with you with the answers that you need. Now, in regards to your week 1 assignments, I'll be starting to get into grade those this week, and then getting back to you with feedback on those assignments. Now, I did want to mention that typically when I'm providing feedback, there'll be usually just a general comment on the main, kind of the main headings. So when you go and look at your grade, you're going to see a general comment. But if you go into the scoring rubric, typically with each one of those sections, there'll be feedback that can be provided for you there as well. An example would be on your accomplishment paper. You'll notice there's 5 different areas that you're going to be graded on with your accomplishment. So you have your doctrinal research section, you have a section for your introduction and closing prayer / conclusion. And let me just mention that too. When you are concluding your papers, you can either include a conclusion or a closing prayer. You do not have to include both. You can choose which one you would like to provide. If you do a conclusion, again, your introduction and your conclusion both need to be a separate paragraph. So when you're starting your paper, you need to start with an introduction that introduces a topic. The body of your paper should contain all of the questions that you're answering for your assignment. So your introduction should not include any of the questions from your assignments. That needs to be a separate paragraph. All of your questions need to be in the body of your paper, and then you're going to be concluding that with either a conclusion that refers back to your introduction, or you're going to be providing a closing prayer that's just kind of focused around praying, asking the Lord to be able to help you with what you learned during that week's assignment. So that's kind of how your closing prayer is going to be focused around, again, so that you're being graded on each one of those different sections. So you have your doctrinal research, you have your introduction and closing prayer. You have your exposition, which is really the focus around your questions. So really, with the content that you're answering for your questions, that really is encompassing the doctrinal research section and the exposition section. And then you have another section on discussion and application questions. So you need to be including discussion and application questions in your assignments. And again, that was addressed in the assignment instructions. And then the last would be your grammar. So each one of those sections there, you're being graded individually throughout your paper. I believe each one of those is worth 8 points. So you get a total of 40 points for the paper. So each one of those sections you could be graded on individually. So in order to be able to see your feedback, you have to go into the scoring rubric in order to be able to see that. And again, if you have questions about the scoring rubric or how to go into that to be able to see that feedback, please do reach out to me with those questions so that I can assist you to be able to help you to see, specifically the feedback that you're being given, and then how if I give a specific feedback there, how you can do better on a specific assignment if you lost points in an area. So I'll be getting into grading those this week, and then getting that feedback to you as you go into your week 2 assignments. If there's other questions or any other additional information I need to get to you in regards to your assignments, I will either post a second video, or I will use the course message center in order to be able to get a message to you. I did want to mention that I'm going to be out of town Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. Again, I will have my computer and phone with me there to be able to reply back to emails. but it might not be immediately that I'll be able to get back to you. So just wanted to mention that if you do send an email, it could I might not get back to you till later on in the evening when I'm able to access and to be able to get on to the internet and to be able to reply back to messages. So just wanted to mention that to you as we're going about the week. With that, I hope you had a great first week of exploring the New Testament. I look forward to connecting and working with each of you throughout the course. And again, if you do have any questions at all, please reach out to me with that. With that, have a great rest of your day, and look forward to connecting with each of you again soon. Take care now.